Good afternoon. I'm Gwendolyn Morton, and this is Live at 5 on WBON TV9, where every local story starts here. Some of our top headlines for this Friday. A sentence has been handed down in a 15-year-old murder case. We've got the details here. Plus, a new entertainment center opens in Winchester, and we're going to take a look at what's going on around in the area over the weekend. We've got Todd in the Weather Center, and of course, Michael Watkins is coming to you here with our sports report. That is all here today, live at 5. But first, in our big story of the day, this Friday morning in Madison Circuit Court, LaBruce Ellington was sentenced to 35 years in prison. Ellington pleaded guilty to receiving $50,000 to be the middleman in the deaths of Sansere, Sauncey Warford, and Charles Chew Walker back in 2010. Warford and Walker's bodies were not found until 2012 on Tate's Creek Road. In 2016, two other men, Daniel Keene and Matthew Denholm, along with Ellington, entered guilty pleas for their involvement in those murders. A fourth man, Jacoby Chenault, who is accused of paying for the murders, entered a guilty plea in February. He is scheduled to be sentenced on April the 10th. According to court records, Ellington received a 35-year sentence, each for the charges of complicity to commit murder, kidnapping, and burglary. The sentence will run concurrently. More information in that as it becomes available. Well, on Thursday, the city of Winchester announced the opening of the Entertainment Destination Center. Reportedly, the EDC will allow visitors to purchase and drink alcoholic beverages in specially marked cups while exploring downtown. The center officially says they will offer a variety of attractions for everyone. Guests can partake in outdoor activities and visit boutiques, restaurants, and bars in the area. The official launch of the EDC will be during the St. Patrick's Day celebration. The ribbon cutting will be held on Saturday, March the 15th at 3 p.m. under a giant rainbow at the Engine House Pizza Pub. Celebrations are to include, according to city officials, a historic toast, free Irish soda bread with beer cheese dip, a traditional toasting contest, and a cabbage roll. The center will be opening from 10 a.m. to 1 a.m. on Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 a.m., and on Sundays, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Saturdays. For more information on the EDC, you can go to the City of Winchester's website. It looks like a lot of good fun there. But with Kentucky's recent legalization of medical marijuana, attitudes towards cannabis appear to be changing. However, lawmakers in Frankfort are still keeping a watchful eye on products containing THC that are being sold in places like gas stations and liquor stores. Senator Julie Rack-Adams has proposed legislation that would put state controls on cannabis-infused beverages. With more on the bill, Charles Baglin reports from Frankfort.
Cannabis-infused beverages have exploded on the scene, and they have very little regulatory oversight, can be sold almost everywhere, and are not approved by the FDA, and they do not pay any state taxes.
That's Senator Julie Rack-Adams testifying on the Senate floor on Senate Bill 202. The measure seeks controls over cannabis-infused beverages. Readily available at liquor stores and vape shops, the THC-infused beverages are also known as weed water. Senate Bill 202 would require the University of Kentucky to study manufacturing, product testing, distribution, and consumer effects. Rack-Adams shared that 5 milligrams of THC might be a reasonable standard, but amounts as high as 60 and 100 milligrams are actually being sold.
These cannabis-infused beverages are absorbed into the bloodstream faster. Their effects can be felt within just 10 to 15 minutes, and the high can be more intense and less predictable than alcohol.
21 states currently regulate these products, with 13 pending, including Kentucky. Senator David Yates.
I think that they should be regulated and taxed and put protections in place that only adults are getting these beverages.
Meanwhile, businesses could continue to sell existing inventories of the products labeled in excess of 5 milligrams, but only through May 1st. Hemp-based products are not to be sold to anyone under 21. Reporting from the state capitol in Frankfort, I'm Charles Baglin.
Charles, for that report. Lots of good information there. And of course, we'll keep you up to date with everything going on in that legislative session. Well, earlier today, the human remains found on December the 27th, 2024 in the Indian Falls area of Madison County have been officially identified. According to our media partner, LEX18, Madison County Sheriff Kevin Grimes confirmed that the remains belong to 42-year-old Anthony Quinn, who went missing this past August. He was reportedly last seen in Maysville, with his vehicle being later located at the end of Brumfield Lane in Nicholasville. The cause of death has not yet been released. The investigation is ongoing, and of course, we'll bring you updates as more information becomes available. Well, 6 people were arrested Thursday following an investigation into chicken fighting activities in Paris, according to officials. The investigation began when a deputy with the Bourbon County Sheriff's Office was dispatched in response to a disturbance at a home on Clay Kaiser Road. At the scene, the deputy reportedly saw several dead roosters behind the home. The Kentucky State Police was contacted for assistance. After obtaining a search warrant, troopers and detectives conducted a search of the home. Reportedly, over 70 dead roosters, along with many others that were severely injured, were discovered. Further investigation revealed that the animals' deaths were a direct result of chicken fighting activities. The Kentucky State Police report that the following people were arrested on charges of second-degree cruelty to animals: 33-year-old Abel Aguilar, 30-year-old Marco Espinoza, 30-year-old Fabian Lopez, 28-year-old Sierra Cooper, 38-year-old Gil Aguilera, and 43-year-old Meja Hapabida. The investigation is ongoing. Well, Renee Whitehead, 64, has been arrested and charged with second-degree arson and first-degree criminal mischief after confessing to setting a house on fire in Pulaski County that had an apartment on fire in Harlan County. On Thursday, officials responded to a structure fire on Sword Street in Ferguson around 3 p.m. Upon arrival, they found the house engulfed in flames. A neighbor informed them that the homeowners were away and that Whitehead had been staying there with her son. Whitehead was later found hiding behind a nearby residence with her dog. Investigators determined that the fire originated in the kitchen, with evidence indicating it was intentionally ignited inside the home. Whitehead confessed to using the stove to light a cardboard and then setting a pizza box on fire. She also confessed to setting her Harlan County apartment on fire the previous week. Whitehead is currently detained in the Pulaski County Detention Center. With that, we're going to take a quick break. It looks like we're going to get a nice break in the weather next week. Some sunshine coming our way. We've got Todd in the Weather Center coming up next.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience.
We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now Steel in our Georgetown store.
Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come.
And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Are you tired of the same food options when you're trying to decide what's for dinner? Let Mammut Bar and Grill in Richmond ease that burden. Their one-of-a-kind menu offers fine Mexican options, plus burgers, a large selection of sandwiches and wraps, pasta, steaks, seafood, and a full list of appetizers. You can please everyone on your guest list with a trip to Mammut Bar and Grill, located in Richmond at 2187 Lexington Road, across from Whitehall Elementary School.
Are you considering a bathroom remodel? Think about this. Remodeling your bathroom without addressing the plumbing is like going to get a facelift when you need heart surgery. Plumbing is the heart of your home. At Fast Flow, we understand the importance of a well-functioning plumbing system. Our expert plumbers have years of experience in providing top-notch plumbing services. Don't just settle for a pretty face. Choose Fast Flow Plumbing before you remodel and keep your home's heart beating perfectly.
Call a pro at Fast Flow.
When it comes to having someone work on our homes, you need someone you can trust. Someone who will get the job done the right way and be with you throughout the entire process. At Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration, they will meet with you and explain what needs to be done. They won't take advantage of you during your time of need and offer free roof inspections, water damage cleanup, water remediation, and restoration, plus more services. Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration. Online at KentuckyRoofWorks.com and on Facebook. There when you need us.
Well, it looks like we might finally get a little bit of sunshine and some warmer temperatures coming into the area next week. We got Todd in the Weather Center with all the details.
Hey, Gwendolyn, thanks. We had a cloudy day today and maybe a little bit of light rain developing tonight into early Saturday with those lingering clouds on Sunday. But here's the view from I-75 north of town showing smooth sailing. No snow to talk about this time around here, but satellite radar from earlier today showing the clouds. Again, this area of low pressure is off to our north and west. It is going to be filling in a little bit in terms of the radar overnight tonight, so expecting some rain, and that will stick around through our Saturday. But pretty light rain, not a whole lot expected here. And then gradually we'll have some sunshine building in by Sunday with warmer temperatures into next week. So here's our forecast tonight. As you notice, that light rain filling in, temperatures falling into the mid 40s by early Saturday morning. And those winds out of the north on Saturday, anywhere from, say, 20 to 25 miles per hour, with Sunday winds turning out of the south and becoming lighter. But then they ramp back up into the middle part of next week as another storm system develops here. What we are noticing is that temperatures into the middle part of the month are going to be warmer, but it does look like we could have some fairly active weather heading into that time period as well. Here's our 7-day rainfall forecast or precipitation forecast. Some of these lighter and darker greens indicating maybe a quarter to a third of an inch of total precipitation. So over a 7-day period, not a lot, but what we see tonight and into tomorrow, the rainfall amounts generally around a tenth of an inch or less. All right, so here's our forecast. You can see that light precipitation drifting through tonight, and then it does linger into our Saturday before we start to see things turn around in terms of drier weather and gradually more sunshine later in the day on Sunday. So we do wake up to the 40s on Saturday morning, and then the hourly temperatures again getting us into the upper 40s by the afternoon with, again, maybe a little bit of lingering precipitation on Saturday here. Sunday should be the drier day of the weekend and warmer. Looks better, though, Gwendolyn, into next week as we approach 70 Wednesday.
Thanks, Todd, for that forecast. I love seeing those sunshine temperatures headed our way, much warmer for next week. You can always catch that forecast up anytime on our website, WBONTV.com. And you can also see it over on our Facebook page. Well, speaking of past weather, Governor Andy Beshear announced $6.2 million to convert a former medical building in Jackson into 18 affordable apartments for flood victims. The River North Apartments will offer 1- and 2-bedroom units for those impacted by disasters in Breathitt County. Additionally, a housing development off Highway 30 West in Jackson was designated as Kentucky's 8th high ground community. Plans include 17 new homes protecting residents from future floods. This follows previous recovery efforts, including $6 million for homes at the Highway 30 site, $13 million for a new wastewater plant outside the floodplain, $4.8 million for stormwater mitigation, $3 million for water line replacement, and funds for apartment rehabilitation and new homes for flood survivors. These investments aim to rebuild and protect Jackson from future flood damage. Well, the Judicial Nominating Commission has announced 3 nominees to fill the vacant district court judgeship in Letcher County, a vacancy created by the tragic death of Judge Kevin R. Mullins in September. Judge Mullins was shot and killed in his chambers by former Letcher County Sheriff Mickey Steins. The 3 nominees for the judgeship in the 47th Judicial District are attorneys Ashley Nicole Sturgill and Michael R. Watts II, both of Whitesburg, and James Nicholas Whitaker of Jackhorn. All 3 received their law degrees from the Appalachian School of Law in Grundy, Virginia. Governor Beshear will appoint the person to fill that vacancy. Well, on Monday, Lexington police arrested a man for animal torture. According to officials, the individual was walking his dog on Deweese Street about 9 p.m. on March 3rd when a man identified as 20-year-old Dominic Kennel came up with a knife and allegedly stabbed the dog in the head with one downward motion. Fortunately, the dog survived and was taken to a clinic for treatment of lacerations that required multiple staples. When Kennel was asked by police why he stabbed the dog, he reportedly said that he was just having a really bad day. According to another citation, Kennel later that same night also unlawfully threatened to commit a crime to result in the death or serious physical injury of another person. He has been charged with 1 count of torture of a dog or cat, 1 count of 3rd-degree terroristic threatening, 2nd-degree criminal mischief, and resisting arrest. He is currently lodged in the Fayette County Detention Center. Well, 1 man in Lexington has been arrested in connection to a shooting that occurred in early February. Reportedly, on February the 7th, a woman walked into St. Joseph Hospital around 12:53 a.m. after she had been shot in the leg. The victim told police that she had been in a vehicle with 3 men near the 2100 block of Larkspur Drive. She reportedly knew only one of the men by the name Fredo, who was later identified as 18-year-old Marquitas Boyd. Boyd, according to the victim, asked her to get out her marijuana while another man pointed a handgun at her. After she tried to push the gun away, she alleges that she was shot in the thigh. After being shot, Boyd and the other men, according to the arrest citation, went through her pockets and took away her cell phone. The victim was reportedly to provide a photo of Fredo, aka Boyd. Officials say that Boyd was arrested Wednesday on a charge of 1st-degree robbery and lodged in the Fayette County Detention Center on a $15,000 cash bond. With that, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We've got Michael Watkins. He is up next with your sports report.
Discover the hometown difference at Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond, Kentucky. Family owned and operated for 60 years, we're dedicated to providing outstanding customer service and a welcoming atmosphere. Our friendly staff is here to help you find the perfect vehicle and keep it running smoothly. Take a look at our new and quality pre-owned vehicles at jackburford.com.
Estill County EMA CSEP is a huge asset to those in Estill and surrounding counties. CSEP in Estill County has partnered with Everbridge to bring you alert and notification services that will allow you to maintain your contact info and ensure you receive alerts for locations in Estill County that are important to you. For more information and to register your device, visit EstillCountyEMA.net. You can also stay up to date with your county by following Estill County EMA CSEP on Facebook, helping you stay safe at home.
Hey y'all, it's Sawyer.
And Gus and PD
from Hickson Funson, Kentucky Lawyers.
Sawyer, can I ask you a question? If size matters, why did David beat Goliath?
That's because it's not the size of the dog in the fight that matters, it's the size of the fight in the dog. If you've been hurt in an accident and want local lawyers who will fight for you, call Mr. Josh Nydad today.
Call 859-777-7000 or visit honestdealers.com.
At the Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, we have activities galore, including video games, bowling, pool, delicious food at Champions, plus karaoke and live entertainment 7 days a week. Enjoy the climate-controlled patio, watch NFL football, and your Kentucky Wildcats all season long. The Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, just off exit 87 at 1025 Amberley Way in Richmond.
When inclement weather hits the greater Richmond area, you can count on Richmond's very own WBON TV9 news team. Continuing news team coverage of traffic alerts, power outages, road conditions, and traffic impacts like accidents or downed trees. Accurate forecast, watches and warnings, local cancellations and delays, and official information from emergency management and the National Weather Service. Be sure to like and follow WBON TV on Facebook for breaking news, alerts, watches, and warnings. And log on to WBONTV.com for all the news on your schedule. Count on WBON TV9 and our media partners 100.7 FM The Coyote for outstanding team coverage when you need it most. Thanks for watching Richmond's very own Channel 9.
Welcome back. The Madison Central girls basketball team is set to compete in the 11th Region Championship game tomorrow night in Lexington. In today's Mammoth Bar and Grill Sports Report, Michael Watkins looks back at their win last night that gave them a spot in tomorrow's finals, and he talks to head coach Scott True about the big matchup.
Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome into this Mammoth Bar and Grill Sports Report. I'm Michael Watkins, and you know, when it comes to the postseason, good teams, even on a night when they aren't playing their best, find a way to win. Last night, despite shooting 4 of 18 in the first quarter, just 40% for the game, scoring just 5 points in the fourth quarter, and committing 14 turnovers, the Madison Central Lady Indians still won and are headed to the 11th Region Championship game for the first time since 2013. Central could not get anything going through the first 8 minutes, but their defense, as it has done all year, kept them afloat. A 1 of 7 start from 3 and just 22.2% shooting in the first quarter ended with Lafayette on top 16-14. The defense stepped up even more in the second quarter as the Lady Indians closed out the second quarter on an 8-0 run through the final 4 minutes and 13 seconds and led 31-24 heading into the locker room. The third quarter was much of the same as Central continued to build on that lead, outscoring the Lady Generals 18-13 and took a 49-37 lead into the fourth quarter. Lafayette held Central to just 5 points over the last 8 minutes, but could only muster up 9 themselves, and Coach Scott True led his team to the big game tomorrow night.
Yeah, we really had to defend early because we sure didn't shoot it well early. We had, I think, with one possession, we had 4 shots and didn't make any of them. So we were struggling a little bit offensively, and Lafayette did a really good job with their man-to-man defense early, and that bothered us a little bit. So we're going to, we've got to, we had to settle in, and I felt like our kids were real mentally tough. A lot of teams, maybe a little less experienced could have got rattled by that. Maybe a game that we'd won pretty easily earlier, and all of a sudden we knew it wasn't going to be that way, and now it's not. But I felt like we held it together, and like you said, we continued to defend and make it tough on them, and eventually we found our rhythm on the offensive end.
Natia Strader scored 15 points in the win and hauled in 6 rebounds. Brittany Campbell was once again doing it all, going for 11 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. Cameron Ritterikoff scored 10, and Jordan Miles, along with Tiana Long, each added 8 points. The 3-time 44th District champion will now face Frederick Douglass again. The same Frederick Douglass team that has ended their season the last 2 years in the 11th Region Tournament. The same Frederick Douglass team that has beaten them 6 straight times, and the same Douglass team that beat them by 6 a month ago in Richmond. Can Central finally get over the hump? It will be a challenge, but this team and this program has been building toward the 2024-25 season for what seems like 6 years, ever since this group of seniors was dominating the court at Clark Moore's Middle School. And knowing these girls the way that I do, I think they wouldn't have it any other way than facing Frederick Douglass in the championship game.
Well, it's all about 32 minutes and handling their pressure. You've got to handle it for 32 minutes or they can score on you in a hurry. So we've got to take good care of the basketball, and not give them live ball turnovers where they can run and get down and get easy looks. We've got to execute well in the half court when they do get back and make sure we knock down the shots when we have them. And I think that's about being aggressive. I felt like we got a little tentative last night. We've got to be aggressive and handle their pressure. And then the other big thing is going to be transition defense. They score a lot like us. They score a lot in transition. And you have to get back and keep them in front of you and make them earn their baskets. Because if they start getting easy ones off your turnover, to start getting easy ones off transition, it could be a long night.
For the Mammoth Bar and Grill Sports Report, wishing the Lady Indians good luck tomorrow night, I'm Michael Watkins.
Thanks, Michael, for that sports report. Well, if you're looking for something fun to do over the weekend, here's Samantha Burford with our Weekender Report.
Welcome to this edition of the Weekender Report for the weekend of March 7th through March 9th. It's a weekend full of bull riding, nature art, family activities, bookmobile adventures, and Irish singing. I'm Samantha Burford. Let's get this weekend started. Hold on tight. PBR is charging into Rupp Arena on March 7th and 8th for a night of edge on your seat action. Friday night begins at 8 p.m. and Saturday's Velocity Tour begins at 7 p.m. You can get your tickets on Ticketmaster.com for this two-night show where you'll see professional bull riders showcase skill, courage, and a showdown of man versus beast. This weekend is your chance to see rising stars, budding talents, and legendary riders. So don't miss this adrenaline. So grab your tickets today. The Red Oaks Forest School is hosting an art club for all ages and skill levels to explore their creativity while immersed in nature. This serves as inspiration and connection. On Saturday, March 8th from 10 a.m. until noon at the Berea College Forestry Outreach Center in Berea, Kentucky. You can join this free class and create while enjoying nature inspiring you. All art materials are provided, but they do ask that you register for the class to ensure they have plenty of materials available. Go to the Red Oaks Art Club or the Berea College Forestry Outreach Center to register. And keeping at the Berea College Forestry Outreach Center, there's a family activity called Playscape Build Day. It's on Sunday, March 9th from 1 to 3 p.m. Spread your creativity by adding to the natural playscape in the lower forest at the Pinnacles. They will be using all natural materials that you will gather on that day, or if you have specific ideas in mind, you can bring your own natural materials. They will also be making a pine cone bird feeder that you can take home or hang in the forest. So pop in from 1 to 3 p.m. This class is open to all ages and can be canceled in case of rain. You're invited to a special event at the Madison County Public Library celebrating the launch of Tell Their Own Story series. Join them on Sunday as they honor two beloved members of the library family, Beth Madden and Pauline Oliver. During the event, they'll be showcasing a video interview with Beth and Pauline, where they'll be sharing their inspiring bookmobile adventures throughout Madison County. This celebration happens on Sunday from 2 to 3 p.m. in the Madison County Public Library in the Richmond location. And direct from London's West End, the Shamrock Tenors are Ireland's most exciting new music sensation. Their show takes you on a journey through Ireland's most beloved classic songs in beautiful 5-part harmony, with all your favorites including Danny Boy, Whiskey in the Jar, The Parting Glass, and Wild Rover. Get your tickets for Sunday's show on etix.com at the EKU Center for the Arts. The performance begins at 7:30 p.m., so don't miss this show for all ages, performed with that cheeky Irish charm. Thank you for watching this March 7th edition of the Weekender Report. If you have an event our community would be interested in, make sure to send me your information on Facebook. And be sure to hit that like button and share these events with your friends to watch the Weekender Report every Friday on WBON TV. Thanks for watching. I'm Samantha Burford.
Thanks, Samantha, for that Weekender Report. Have a wonderful weekend, and of course, I'll see you Monday, live at 5.